Hi guys, welcome to Reality React channel. In this channel, we watch reality TV shows to recap, review, and for the fun of it. And today we are watching Uthando Nes'Thembu, the real novella. And Macele is getting introduced to MaKhwela like in the previous episode. Now we are seeing the whole introduction taking place. And in the first scene, she says she's not going to ask how old is MaKhwela because it doesn't really matter to her, because if she's old enough to be sleeping with married men, then she's old enough to get married to Seleko, and that's her stance. And then Seleko asked Macele if she's going to introduce MaKhwela to his other wives. And Macele says that I am not the one who's going to have to introduce MaKhwela to the other wives, because she doesn't have wives, so she's not gonna do that. And then she also say Seleko also asked if she is going to if she's going to teach MaKhwela the rules of the family in terms of how to dress, what time they eat. But I think the eating thing was just joking, just to show her the ropes in the family. And she says she's also not going to do that because she is not the mother-in-law of this lady. She didn't have a mother-in-law, so Samke is also not going to have one. And I feel like maybe she's answering that thing where Mayeni said, is Macele your mother at the dinner, even though she said it in a diary session. Maybe they even said it in the table, they just removed it, because at that dinner you could see that there was tension between Mayeni and Macele. And as much as Macele tried to shift that tension to Makhumalo, we all saw that there was a bit of tension there. And then Seliku says that she has welcomed her, and he says no. She says I have not welcomed her, but I have something small to show her that I welcome her and I do not have an issue with her. And but she's not gonna go to her family, and she's not gonna go to Samke's family for whether it's for lobola or for whatever the case might be. She's not planning to do that, but she's going to be there when they welcome Samke into the Mseleko family. So that's part of the things that she will do. And then she goes out and she says that she has bought a pinifa for her, but she came back with a blanket and flowers for Samke as a welcome thing. And I also think that she is just a dupe, a blanket and flowers. And when she presents flowers, she tells her about a story where she went to some wedding where when they were welcoming the bride, they were telling her that hold these flowers the way you would hold the kids and welcome the kids that are different in this household. And then once she's done with that, they go and they ask Mseleko to bring her. She asks Mseleko to bring him juice, and then Mseleko says that that was the last time, and the first time and the last time, because in his diary session he mentions that he will not serve anyone and when MaKhwela is around. And I'm like, MaKhwela is a guest today, so there was no need for him to say it's the first and the last. But it's just that maybe because he wants to show his traditional side and indicate that he's not the one that serves the people like that in terms of food, he's the one that gets served. And then now they need to leave, and then Mseleko says that he can't be the one that walks her out. Maybe he doesn't have time or whatever the case might be, but she will be walked out by Macele. And then she is singing as they walk out, and then she makes the jokes about how when Seleko is done with the introduction to the Mamkulu at on Mnakwethu, he says that today we have won. Macele has given us the permission to marry the second wife, and they laughing. I think Macele is actually funny, because when she walks her out by the gate, she says, "Twerk us born." Like, what is that? She's so funny. And that lady twerks as well. I think today's episode was Macele holding it down and welcoming this lady. And my thoughts on this, it seems like Mseleko wanted Macele to do his dirty work. Because what do you mean that she must be the one that introduces this lady to the other wives? What is that? Now they would be viewing her as not only the matriarch of the family or as only Mamkolo. They will be saying that she's now their mother-in-law. And I'm sure they wouldn't be happy if she was the one that will do it, because he needs to, they are not married to her, they are married to their husband, and the husband is the one that's supposed to do all of these things. And then also the fact that this, it seems like Macele has really made peace, because she keeps saying that she doesn't have a problem with this lady, and her age also doesn't matter. And as much as she has all these different kids, and she's happy that she will introduce MaKhwela to her family, does that mean the other wives are not family to her? I feel like her trying to distinguish her own family is part of the reasons why both Makhumalo and Seliku keep saying that there are wives in this household that want to live, they have individual lives instead of living as all wives. So if she introduces this wife to her own kids, then she should have said it like that. When she says my family, it sounds like Makhumalo and her kid are not part of the family, or Mangwabe and her kids are not part of the family. Those type of things. She needs to stop trying to distinguish these type of things, and sounds like she's building, or act like she's building in the family. Then in the next scene, we have Mseleku and his two boys, Lwanle and Bumelelo, and he's saying that he wants to teach them about how to how to lead the family when he's no longer around, in case, because it's guaranteed that we are all going to pass on, but he wants to prepare his kids that should something happen to him, they know what is expected of them and what to do in those cases, because Luande is supposed to look after Makumalo's household, and I guess also look after his mother's household, and Pumelelo is supposed to look after Mangwabe's household and his mother's household as well. So he's trying to teach them those type of things. When he's talking about it, he didn't touch on that in terms of what is expected of them, but Pumelelo in his diary session said that they both know their responsibilities, and so they try and discuss that thing of and his other baby mama fighting, and he says the reason why he didn't get into that, it's because he didn't want to date his suit. And also in his diary session he says that as he doesn't beg people, and also he would have broken up with Vyokas long time ago, yeah, but his dad tried to make sure that he remains with her because they have kids together. And I get, like I said in my previous review, it seems like Mseliku is so keen on father and mother being together. So he was trying to build that type of situation between his kids and his baby mama, so that he Mpumelelo gets to raise his children, even though he's getting help from his parents, and especially his mother. And then they discuss that thing of Lwandle and Snake almost fighting, and when people were holding him and stuff like that on Ingalenze's table. And then Lwandle says that Yena, he was not going to fight with his sister, he was going to leave. But if you look at that scene, it doesn't seem like he was going to fight, he was going to leave, because if he was going to leave, he wouldn't have uttered words like Yashdelela Lona and whatnot. He was just going to say that I am out of here, I am not doing this with you. That's what you would say. But if you say Yashdelela Lona and you do not follow up with I am leaving, it seems like you are going to fight. And that's what people were trying to prevent. And then Seliku makes him see that that's not even acceptable, that he beats his own sister, because it's not right and it's not a good thing. And I like that part of them trying to address this thing, because these type of scenarios could lead into like Macele said, that one day you'll be fighting with you'll be beating your wife up because she made you angry. And Seligo tries and shows him that do not allow yourself to be angry so much that you end up hitting another person. It's not a good character. And I'm just like, oh, I think that's a good. So the next thing is MaKhwela meeting up with her mother for dinner, and she's saying that she had a conversation with her mother over the phone in terms of the fact that she's in love and she's dating Musamseleko and all of that. And they discuss the part where she'll have to tell her father, because her mother says that you will have to be the one that tells your father, not me. I assumed that you had told him. And she says that it will be difficult for her to say that she is in love and she's bringing Mkhwenyana and Indodana to her father that's the same age as her father, because her Mseleku and her father went to the same school, were in the same class, so it wouldn't look nice and it wouldn't be easy for her. So she's asking her mother to do it for her. And her mother seems, I can't read her. She's not happy, she's not sad. And maybe part of the reason is because Mseleku is too old. Mseleku is too old and she's going to be the fifth wife, and they probably have watched the show and they probably have feelings like he's taking advantage of her daughter, but she's not showing. I can't read her. I really can't tell whether she's happy or not. She's just indifferent. But MaKhwela says that her mother, when she called her and told her about this, she had stopped talking to her for like for a few days, and then now she seems to have come around. So let's assume that they are happy. And yeah. So the next scene is Mseleko and Mayeni going on a date, and he says that the reason why they are going on this date is because he doesn't get to see Mayeni that much, because now she has gone to stay with her family. And then he says that the reason why she left is because they were talking about cars, or they were having an argument about cars, and he said to her, ask Makhumalo about the cars. But he's not even telling us what exactly happened with the cars. Why did you say that? Was Mayeni asking for another car, and then maybe because Makhumalo got herself her own car or stuff like that, or maybe she assumed that what is his name, Makhumalo a car. Like, what is going on? Explain it to us. But I guess Mayeni will tell us in the near future what exactly made her leave her own home. And then, yeah, because Mseleku won't give us the real truth, because maybe he's also guilty and stuff like that. Because even in this dinner, he's trying to understand or trying to apologize to Mayeni for the things that he has done before, because it seems like, from Seliku's point of view, it seems like Mayeni does not appreciate the things that he has done for her since they got married to him, because he says that since he has made Mayeni Mrs. Mseleko, he has not done anything good according to her. And I'm just like, maybe it's because of how you are treating her and you need to do better. And then they try to go back on that timeline thing of saying that he lobolad Makhumalo in 2009 in February, and then he married. They had a wedding, because that's Shada, I'm assuming, because he's being specific about it. They had a wedding with Mayeni in 2009, and that proves the thing when Makhumalo said that Mayeni got her in when Mayeni got married, she was already staying Komsedeko and she was already a wife, which means that Makhumalo is wife number 2. But in order for that to be clarified, Mayeni or Mseleko needs to say, when did he send Lobola to Mayeni's house, Mayeni's family? Because if he doesn't, then it keeps proving the thing where he's saying that Makhumalo is right. And that's probably not true, because online it says that he got married to Mayeni in 2005. So which, in 2007, maybe in 2007, that's when he sent the cows to Mayeni's house. But also, why does it matter? Because even the way he brought it here, and I'm just like, why is he bringing it up? And then Mayeni is saying that it seems, because she's not being specific, that Mseleko regretted marrying her. And then because he was cheating on her and cheating on both of them, on both Macele and Mayeni in this case, and he had girlfriends while he's regretting taking his wife. And Mseleko acknowledges the fact that while he was married to her, he got married to other women, so maybe that hurt Maine. But I think the hurt that Maine is having around these wives is the fact that she got married to this guy in 2009, the way they are saying, right? And she moved into the house in 2009. And then he married someone within that time frame. He was already sending Lobola to Makhumalo's house, and then later on he sent Lobola to Mangwabe's house. No wonder she's not happy with how these women came into the marriage, because it's just not right. And you'll find out that she didn't approve of them. Macele is the one that approved or was happy with it or didn't care about it. And then she says that the reason why, so Mseleko was pretending like he doesn't know where she is. I don't know if he was joking or not. The reason why he doesn't know is because he doesn't know where he stays. He doesn't know where she stays. And he says she says there's no way you wouldn't know where I stay as your wife. So that means that you are lying a bit around that. And then she says part of the things that she doesn't like about him that he has done while they were married. In 2021, her son was poisoned, and then he in his diary session is like, no, when they came back from the Yeni house, and then his son started having sores in his mouth. And then she says, no, it didn't happen like that. It happened while they were in Zumbe, where when they woke up, the son had sores in his mouth. And then she says what hurt her the most is the fact that Mseleku was not part of that. So we didn't really help in that case. It was not. She indicates that she took her to the doctor, and the doctor confirmed that he had taken something that is not good for, that could possibly have him gone or something, or cause him to be super ill, having sores, having pus come out of his mouth, and all of these things. So it's just not. He was not part of that. And then he says that the reason why they were fighting is because she was accusing people in the house. So you see how even when he says that this happened at the Yeni house, so and what is her name, Mayeni be accusing her own family about this, because they both did not know what caused this. So they were trying to figure out, and this happened in 2020, and this show was shot in 2024. So she's still holding on to those type of things that says that her husband is really not very supportive of her, and she had to go back home because of cars. That's what Mseleku told us. We can't wait to find out what exactly is caused her to leave her house and go to her own. And then that's how the episode end. And in the next scene, we still try. Mseleku is still with Mayen, and they're trying to find out what exactly had happened. And then while they were arguing, Mayen also tells him, "Please don't raise your voice at me. I am not your child, and don't talk to me like that," and stuff like that. And then we have Makhumalo going on a date as well. And then he's telling her about the fact that he's going to get married to the Kwela lady. And she seems fine with it. And then we move to Mseleku, and he's trying to tell her as well that he would like to introduce the new wife to her. And she says that, I had told you that when you marry the fifth person, just know that you'll be replacing me. There's no two ways about it. So she's still standing on her stance, saying that if you get married, and then just know that I'm out, and that's it. And that's how it thing it. So then Selibu goes to talk to Sneh, and she's asking her, why would you go outside and talk about how bad of a father I am? And that's how this episode ended. Thank you guys for watching the reality recap video, and see you guys in the next one.